I see handsome men up and down my timeline all the time. 35, no kids. 45, no kids. And I be thinking to myself, nah, let me keep scrolling. And I know you're thinking, Gina, you don't know what you want in a man. But I'll tell you one thing, my man gonna come with some kids, and that's for sure. 3 reasons why I prefer to date a man with kids. Stay with me. Number 1, he understands the schedule. He's not gonna call it booty call hours. He's not gonna FaceTime out of the blue and expect me to answer. Especially when he knows that I'm with my children. Now, there's times where he may be able to talk to me and, kids are around, but for the most part, we respect each other's privacy and we're gonna, schedule those FaceTime calls. No impromptu, I'm gonna come get you and we're gonna go here and go there. No, babes, you gotta let me know. I gotta prepare in advance, just like you do too. So he's not gonna get offended when I tell him that. Number 2, he understands challenges, barriers, mistakes can happen. So, yeah, our schedules may not align. And sometimes we may not have the time that we want. Maybe it's limited. Maybe your child's mother decides she wants to bring the kids to you and you thought you were going to spend time with me, or vice versa. That's something that a man with children will understand with me. Like, oh, okay, you can't see me this weekend, but maybe you can see me on Thursday night when I know you're free. Like, he wouldn't get offended and feel like, oh, you playing games. No, I'm not playing games. I'm busy. And then also, he'll be okay with me rescheduling. It won't be a thing where he'll think, oh, it's another dude, and you know what I mean? Next, he understands unconditional love, patience, and legacy. I feel like unconditional love is a great quality to have. Now, I'm not saying he gotta unconditionally love me. No, love gonna come with some conditions now. But I feel like that adds to his character. That speaks a lot about a man. I also feel that patience is a virtue, and when you have children, all types of stuff happen with your kids. You have to be patient with them. It's required to be a parent, right? And nine times out of 10, a man who has children, has unconditional love, patience, and legacy, he's gonna 9 times out of 10 what? He's gonna believe in a higher power. I've run to a lot of men who, they don't believe in anything but themselves. And I guess that's cool for them, but I want my man to have purpose on this earth. And when he leaves his children behind, he's leaving them with what? With all of the things they need to live this life. And that starts with having Jesus in their life. So, I don't know, those qualities I feel like are very important. And maybe it's not important to other women, and they may want a man with no kids and want to start fresh. But I'm a woman with kids, and that's the only requirement really for me, because I already know everything else will fall in line.
And this is not to shade my men without children. I've dated men without children, and that's a whole nother experience. I kind of want to do a separate video on that, but it's one of those things where I just know what works for me. And when I get online and see some of the things posted about, men without children and how, they want to live carefree, and why would they add 3 to their 0, whatever the reason. It kind of solidifies like, oh, don't go in that direction and try to date them. They could be cool, and like I said, I'll make a separate video going into that whole dynamic, but part of me just, I have a affinity for people that live sort of the same lifestyle as me. Let's be real. There's a lot of different things that, we can talk about, share, just, vibe about, get away from, you know what I mean? Like, that's dope. Like, I feel like that's something that I will hold near and dear to me, a person who I can actually, unpack things with. And sometimes we can leave it all behind. We don't even have to talk about it, but to each his own. Some people may not agree with me, and I'm sure there's going to be men and women in the comments to say, oh, well, if you just using that criteria, there's deadbeats out here, there's people who don't do right, there's people, okay, but I'm saying, just if I'm thinking about the meat and potatoes of a person, like if I had to go off of just straight up, like, say, pop the balloon or something like that, and they asked me, like, out of these men, there's some with kids and some without, if you had to kind of dice them up, and what would be a man you would keep and a man you would get rid of, I would already know my answer, like, and I would take it from there. I'm just saying, like, it don't take much for me to really be able to start from knowing that you can love someone unconditionally, straight up.